Hello and welcome to the Gaming Chronicles. Today we will embark on the beloved journey of King's Quest V, presented by none other than Sierra Online Gaming. So first released in 1990, we will be playing the 1992 CD-ROM version.
Have you previously played King's Quest V?
Yes, but we're going to say no.
Warning, this cartoon contains material that may be necessary.
Yep, we're watching everything. We're watching these lovely cutscenes. And so what was I going to say? Oh yes, so the original 1990 version was released with EGA graphics, I think, and this has the newer VGA graphics. Was it EGA or EVA? Anyway, this has the newer VGA graphics, which were the big deal at the time. And here, of course, we have our story's antagonist, just whisking our castle away for seemingly no good reason. So anyway, this was the first King's Quest that was fully point and click. No typing, no text at all, except for our opening credits, of course. But no text box, it's nothing. Everything's point and click, fully narrated, fully voiced. And I think all the voicing was done by the Sierra Online staff. And here we have King Graham just enjoying a nice walk outside, unbeknownst to him of what has happened. He is enjoying his new lease on life. He had just been, of course, rescued from, probably a massive heart attack is what happened. And so he's making sure he gets his cardio in, going for a nice, well, I don't know, I wouldn't say brisk walk. This is more like a leisurely walk. So maybe he's not actually getting cardio out, but at least he's enjoying his time outside. Good question. Alright, we'll let these two chatter here.
Ooh, I can tell you what happened.
What?
Ooh, I know what happened to your castle. I saw it all. Yes, I did.
Spit it out.
You did? Well then, what happened?
Ooh, it was the powerful and evil wizard Mordak who did it. Ooh, I just happened to be visiting with an old friend when I saw him materialize out of thin air. Thank goodness he didn't notice me.
Don't stop now, go on.
He conjured up a terrible whirlwind that swirled faster and faster around the castle. With another incantation, Mordak then caused the wind to draw the castle up into the sky and out of sight. Ooh, it was something to see, all right.
Why? Why would this wizard, Mordak, want my castle? What could he have against me and my family?
That I don't know. Ooh, I only know that it was Mordak who took your castle and your family. Well, perhaps I can help you. My employer also happens to be a wizard, which is why I recognized Mordak. Ooh, unlike Mordak, though, my employer is a very good wizard.
Oh,
His
really?
name is Crispin Arthur, but we all call him Crispin for short. The only problem is, you see...
Oh, man. Graham's probably thinking, what is happening here?
Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. The only problem is that Crispin is getting on in years and tends to be a bit forgetful.
I don't know. This doesn't sound as if it would work.
You said it, Graham.
Sure it would. Crispin is a very qualified wizard, one of the best. He just gets a little forgetful now and again, that's all. Now, where is it? Ooh, I know I brought it with me. Aha! Here it is.
What is that?
Well, it is my opinion that you don't stand a chance against the likes of Mordak.
Thanks.
Ooh, excuse me for saying, Your Majesty, but you don't have a choice. You must come with me. I'm sure
If I were Graham, I wouldn't be feeling too confident about this offer for help.
What is that stuff?
Oh, just some old leftover fairy dust I've been carrying around. Ooh, it'll help you to fly. You can follow me to the land of Serenia, where Crispin and I live. It's much too far to walk, you know. Ooh, I think the fairy dust is still good.
All right, here we go.
Come on, up here.
Oh yeah, no problem. It's like, yeah, I've used fairy dust all the time to fly. Hey, I'm not Peter Pan. Not Crispin. What's your name? Cedric. That's right. And here we go to Serenia. Very nice countryside. It's a good thing King Graham's a smart guy. He can figure out how to use the fairy dust. How do they describe it in the Peter Pan? It's like swimming. He's doing pretty good. And his mind's probably reeling with all this. Like, okay, I've got to find my castle, my family. They're taken away by this evil wizard, and I'm following an owl who seems like he's at the very well, how do we put it? Who is as minimally as competent as
Okay,
as uh
here I come.
as someone I could meet who could help me. Yeah, okay, yeah, here I come. What do I do now? How do I land? Good aim, Grant. Graham. Yeah, Grant. Right in the drink. Yeah, better than the tree or the sidewalk or
Ooh, looks
or
like
a
the
rock.
fairy dust just wore off.
Oh, thanks, Cedric. You didn't let me know that that would happen.
Cedric, where have you been? I've been calling for you.
He just points at me like, it's
Well,
your problem
well,
now.
What have we here? A bit clumsy, are you? Well, come on in the house and dry off. No sense sitting around like a wet dog.
How rude. Hey, Crispin, I just literally flew here.
Cedric, go into the house and pour each of us a nice hot cup of tea.
Oh, aye, aye, Crispin.
Even though I didn't know how to fly. Oh well. King Graham is a very gracious and gentlemanly man.
The Society of Wizards has always taken a dim view of Mordak and his abuse of his power. Why, he's even been put on suspension a few times. It never seems to do any good, though.
Crispin, why would Mordak want to take my family or castle? What did we ever do to him?
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that. Mordak is a very unpredictable wizard. I've never understood that evil mind of his.
Oh, I thought perhaps you could help His Majesty, Crispin. That's why I brought him here.
Well, let me see now. I used to be a very powerful wizard at one time, you know, but I've gotten a little rusty lately.
A little rusty.
That's quite enough from you, Cedric.
Oh, yes, sir, Crispin, sir.
I don't know what I have that would be of much use to you. Most of my wizard stuff is pretty old and worn out. But let's see what I can find.
Well, wizard stuff. I mean, if I were sitting there, I'd be thinking, okay, Crispin, well, Cedric tells us he's a very qualified wizard. I don't think that that's how I would want a wizard to be described, in whom I was placing my trust to help me find my family, who was kidnapped by an evil wizard.
That's
And
all
then
used up.
Crispin himself, who calls his...
It might work. Here,
It might
eat
work.
this.
What
And-
is that?
That's an old magical white snake I had left over from last year. With it, you'll be able to communicate with the natural and animal world. You should find that quite helpful. Here's my old wand. I don't even know if it works anymore. Most of its power may be gone. You should know that wands are like pets. They've got to get to know you before they'll work for you. Just treat it with care and respect, and hopefully it will do something for you.
Hopefully.
You'd better get going, my boy. No telling what that confounded Morlock could be up to. You go with him, Cedric. Show him the way.
Oh,
Yes, you. Don't be such a coward. Now go on. You'd better get started.
Oh
Thank
man.
you, sir. I appreciate all you've done for me.
Which is almost absolutely nothing. I mean, he gave us the white snake, the magical snake, but I love how Graham just eats it without question. Graham's been on so many adventures that it's like, oh, why magical snake? No problem. No problem.
I suggest we visit the town first. How about it, Your Majesty?
Please don't call me Your Majesty, Cedric. It's much too formal. I'd like it if you'd just call me Graham.
I'd be delighted to, Graham. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yes, the town. You might be able to find some supplies there. It's just over a little hill to the south, not too far.
Well then, let's be on our way, Cedric.
Let's go. Alrighty, so our whole quest is based off of a whole lot of maybes and hopefullys and might be's, and this is probably the most ill-equipped that King Graham has ever been on any of his adventures. I mean, he was better off when he went after what's her name, Valenice. Um, but anyway, okay. Let's see. Commands. Okay, yeah, just right click through them and then just remember real quick how this whole thing works. Okay, speed. We want high speed. Oh, there's a score. Interesting. I'd forgotten that it had a score. And then I think that you just click on it like any other point and click game.
A tiny pond adds charm to Crispin's forested home.
Yeah. One thing I do appreciate is how even though there's no text boxes and anything, it still describes like pretty much everything on the screen. Like if we wanted to click on this thing, hey, what's this?
A small well is located near the cottage.
And well, and it's kind of necessary too for finding objects and stuff like that.
A small cellar door is located under the house. The hand-hewn wooden door is recessed within a small porch. Nestled among the trees of the forest sits the wizard Crispin's worn but cozy cottage.
Nice. All right. So anyway, it's a nice little touch that they at least add the descriptive narrations of even things that you don't need, because that was one thing that I think that King's Quest players appreciated throughout the first 4 games was just being able to look at stuff and see the descriptions of them.
Graham, watch out! A poisonous snake!
I'm sure it is. They probably wouldn't have put a snake in the game in the middle of the road had he not be poisonous. Okay. And I think we need to go this way. We're looking for a guy who's sitting on a log. Yes, this is the guy.
Upon a fallen log sits a dashing young prince who looks very sad and confused.
Dashing prince. All right, let's talk to him.
Excuse me, young man. Sorry to bother you, but I couldn't help but notice you sitting there on that log. I was wondering if there was anything wrong.
Why, yes. As a matter of fact, there is. I've been searching everywhere for my fiancée. She's a beautiful princess with long golden tresses, fetching blue eyes, and smooth creamy skin. Have you seen her anywhere about?
No, sorry, I haven't seen anyone like that.
That's what I figured. No one has seen her. I bet that a witch who lives in the dark forest had something to do with her disappearance.
I'll keep an eye out for her. If I see her, I'll let her know you're looking for her.
I would appreciate that. Well, I guess I'd better get back to looking for her. I'm not ever going to find her just sitting around here. Thanks for your concern.
What a good attitude, and what a hairstyle. Did you see that wave? You could hang 10 on that tidal wave that he was rocking. That was fabulous. Alrighty, so we talked to the prince, and he is looking for his, did he say fiance? Fiance, girlfriend, betrothed, whatever, wed to be. I think we need to we need to go to town. I can't remember. Is it this way? No, it's this way. We'll come back and talk to those guys later.
What a wonderful bluebird. It could almost make Graham happy again if it wasn't for his family.
Almost. So, bluebird is it's like is it a symbol from some culture? I don't know. There's a saying like the bluebird of happiness or something like that. And I don't know where it comes from, but I remember that there was an old movie, is it the Shirley Temple movie? It was called Bluebird, and
If you're going into town, I'll just wait for you here. I had a nasty run-in with a big dog once, and I feel much safer out here.
what? Cedric, you can fly. You can fly away from any dog. Oh. Anyway, so hence the little reference to, Graham could feel happy if it weren't for his family. Because it's the bluebird of happiness. Anyway, random thing. What do we got going on here?
Quaint houses and little shops line the town's main cobblestone street. Quaint houses and little shops line the town's main cobblestone street. While blocking an alleyway, a frustrated man fixes a broken wheel on his wagon.
Ah, that's right. We gotta talk to this guy.
How goes it with you, good fellow?
Not well, I'm afraid. This old wagon's always giving me trouble.
Can I help you in any way?
Thank you kindly, but I think I can handle it.
All right then. Good luck.
Thanks. With this wagon, I'm gonna need it.
I love how Graham is so willing to help all these strangers. Truly is a
Graham notices
noble
an old
soul.
wooden barrel on the street corner. Inside the barrel, Graham sees an old rotting fish.
Mmm, delicious. Let's get it. Alright, let's check these shops out.
May I help you, sir?
Let's see. Sure, let's just talk
I'm
to you.
interested in buying something here.
Ah, let me show you some things. A fine piece of cloth. With this material, I could make you beautiful shirts. There isn't a more beautiful piece of fabric to be found anywhere. With this, I could make you the finest trousers you've ever had. Well, what do you think?
Well,
I'm good.
Right now, I'm just looking. Thanks anyway.
Sure. Whatever you say. I'm just here to help.
Alright, the dude in his underwear needs to close that curtain. Thank you.
In the corner of the shop, draped casually over a tailor's form, Graham sees a thick, fur-lined cloak.
Oh, alright.
Here, let me help you with that. Oh, that cloak fits you perfectly. It just looks wonderful on you. Let me tell you, it will certainly keep you toasty warm during the coming winter. Let me know if you wish to buy it.
This shopkeeper's a pretty dang good salesman. Alright, I'll be back for that cloak. Ooh. Hello.
Graham notices a shiny silver coin lying forgotten on the street near the broken wagon.
Alright, let's grab it before someone else does.
Bending down, Graham quickly retrieves the silver coin from the street.
Alright, let's see, we got 2 more shops to look at, so let's go. Excuse me, ma'am.
Come on in, look around. Let me know if you're interested in anything.
Hello, sir. I guess let's just talk to him.
This is a fine little toy shop you have here. You must be very proud.
Danke, son. I've worked very hard at it over the years. But you know, you need to really love it. And I do.
Are most of these toys your creations?
Yeah, most of them. But not all. Some my son made, some I bought, some I traded for.
You're very talented.
Danke, danke. Well, let me know if I can help you.
Well, sir, let's take a look around.
A pretty little girl, who must be the toy maker's granddaughter, plays with a doll while grandfather looks on.
I believe
The
we...
shipment of carving wood hasn't come in yet. What should we do?
If it's not in by tomorrow, I'll send you to the sawmill.
Okay, Papa?
Grandpapa,
Yeah, my darling.
can I keep this doll? I really like her.
Now, Katrina, you know these toys are for sale for other kinder. Besides, you've got plenty of dolls. You can play mid-air, but just be careful.
All right, Grandpapa, I'll take care of her.
What a responsible little girl. Let's check out the sled.
Graham notices a strong little sled hanging on a side wall.
Since it's kind of just obviously there for us to notice. Alright, so we'll be back here. Alright. Let's go in here. The shoemakers.
Take a look around if you want, but we don't have any shoes to sell you right now. We sold our last finished pair yesterday. Our business ain't doing so good anymore, and we're getting too old to keep trying.
Is there anything I can do to help?
There ain't nothing you can do, short of buying us out. But like I said, if you want to look around, feel free.
Look around at the
Okay, thanks.
empty shelves and empty cupboards. Well, it looks like the dude over here is making a pair of shoes or doing something. Now, I have a question though to these shoemakers. If they sold their last pair of shoes, is business doing badly because it was the only pair of shoes that they've sold in like a week or a month or however long? Or because they're not keeping up on their inventory and so people are not coming into their shop? I mean, I'm sure that there's no other shoemakers in the entire land, so why is business bad? You know, do you have rivals? I don't know. This just seems these poor old folks, they need to seem to take an economics class or something. Anyway, what do we got? What's we got in here?
Business doesn't seem to be so good for the shoemaker and his wife. There isn't even one pair of shoes for sale, and the old couple look tired and worn out.
They're just maybe too tired to keep up with supply and demand.
A skinny old dog lies down on the hard floor of the shoe shop.
Alright, what does this guy have to
The
say?
old shoemaker wearily hammers tiny nails in his shoe sole. He doesn't even seem to notice Graham.
So he is making shoes. Or maybe he's repairing shoes. Alright, let's I think that's all we needed in town was the coin, right? And the fish. Yeah. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, let's go ahead and save our game. Let's see, we'll just overwrite the first one here. We don't need these old save games anymore. Alright. I think we need to go west. We need to go to the bakery. Yeah, I think this is
With
it.
a fine view of the rushing river, the bakehouse sits a bit out of town, along an old rutted road.
All right.
Ooh, I'll wait for you here, Graham.
And how is your poor dear mother doing, William?
Oh, she hasn't been doing too well lately. But my brother and I help out whenever we can. Thanks for asking, Amanda.
Austin, keep your fingers out of that pie. The pies look lovely. I think I'll take one.
Yes, they were just made fresh this morning. Here you go.
Yes, this will be a fine dessert for our dinner tonight. Let's go home, Austin.
Good day, madam. That pie looks awfully good.
Ah, yes. My family will enjoy it, I'm sure.
What's your name?
My name is Austin. I'm here with my mama. We're buying a pie for dinner tonight.
That's nice.
Wait a minute, they're having the pie just for dinner? I love those hats. Look at that feather. That kid,
Here's the last of the
Oh.
pies. Welcome to our bakehouse, traveler. Of course, all of our wares are wonderful, but today we've got a special on custard pie. Just 1 silver coin each, but take your time. Let me know when you're ready.
all right. Custard pies. Yummo.
The Baker brothers seem to have a pet, a large, mangy cat.
I wouldn't want a cat in my pie shop getting cat hair all over the pies for customers. That's probably there to keep out vermin. No other reason to keep a cat around, especially back in these days. All right, what do we got?
Delicious, mouth-watering custard pies lining the tables and countertop attract Graham's eyes and nose.
Okay, let's.
Everything looks so delicious, it's hard to decide what to buy.
Everybody has that problem, but what a problem to have.
Those custard pies look most delicious.
Yes, they're made from a recipe handed down from our dear mama and her mama before her.
It's still hard to decide, though.
Well, take your time. There's no hurry.
All right, let's get one of these pies.
Would you like a pie, sir?
Well, yes, actually, I would.
That'll be 1 silver coin then.
Let me see if I have one.
All right,
Well,
of course.
Let me know if you do.
Of course I do. One thing I do appreciate about King's Quest V, and I think all the later King's Quests, is that your inventory doesn't get filled up with so many items. Like King's Quest 1 through 3, yeah, you could be carrying a lot of items, like 20 plus items easily. And while it wasn't, inventory management wasn't difficult because the items that you would pick up would always be for specific things, it's just so much easier that the way that this game kind of guides you along, what's the right way to say it? Like there's checkpoints, right? You have to do things in a right order, not in a specific order. Like you don't have to go to, point A before you go to point B, and it's not exactly linear. But I really appreciate how that your inventory just doesn't get filled up with stuff that you have to hang on to for a long time. So anyway, we are going to...
Sir, I would like to purchase one of your custard pies.
Yes, please.
These pies cost 1 silver coin each.
I've got it right here. Here you go.
I hope you enjoy your custard pie.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Yes, I will. Alrighty, now we can eat the pie, However, that would cause us to lose the game later on. So we will not be doing that. Alrighty, so I think we need to continue west. And yeah, we need to continue west. Let's see. And we always have to wait for Cedric to the Swarthy Hog Inn. Yeah, we'll come back here later.
A large haystack dominates the area in front of the barn.
I think we need something from that haystack.
Carefully, Graham searches through the haystack, but doesn't see anything of importance.
Alright. Oh yeah, that's right. We need the ants' help for that to find what to find something in there.
Watch out for the bear, Graham.
Yep. So yeah, this is the first place where we can experience a possible death. If we get too close to the bear, he'll turn on us and maul us. So, since we don't want him to maul us or the bees, because we need some honey from that colony of bees, we're gonna give the bear a fish. There you go, Bar. And he just walks past us like, nah, no big deal.
Beatrice, kind sir. I wish to thank you ever so much for saving our hive from the
You're
claws
welcome.
of that horrible bear. In return, I offer you a luscious honeycomb from our hive. Please feel free to retrieve one. I promise my bees won't harm you. It may come in handy on your travels.
Well, thank you kindly, Queen Beatrice. Let's grab this stick on the ground here.
Graham bends down and picks up the large stick from the ground.
Why is the music so suspenseful in this screen?
Graham reaches a hand into the beehive and retrieves a very sticky
I wonder if
honeycomb.
it's because of the
Wrapping it in a
bear.
protective piece of cloth, he then pockets it.
To indicate like danger. Like, don't approach the bear, you'll die.
The swift river turns sharply to the south here.
I wonder, I don't even think you can, let's save our game here for a second. Yeah, we'll just use that, since we're about to do that anyway. I don't think that you can walk into the river. Oh, you can. I didn't know. I thought that it would stop
Too
you.
bad. Graham's swimming skills were no match for the mighty river.
Never mind. You can still die in a river, the same way you can in all the other King's Quests. That's hilarious, actually. Cedric had no idea that I was going to just pitch into the river.
A swarm of bees buzz around a hole in a rotted old tree. Not being much of a honey eater, Cedric shows little interest in the beehive.
Okay, where we gotta go? Okay, we gotta go north on screen. I didn't, okay, anyway. I didn't think that we could,
The bully of a dog terrorizes the poor ants as he playfully digs at their large anthill. A colony of large ants parade up and down a huge anthill built amid some scrubby bushes.
they would probably be attacking that dog.
The dog is more interested in the anthill than in Graham.
And I don't know, if there are large ants especially, they'd be biting that dog, and I don't think that dog would actually be sticking around. But anyway. Here, boy.
Here, boy.
So he just runs off with it.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm King Antony the Great. May I ask who you are?
Why, certainly. I'm King Graham of Daventry, and this is my friend Cedric. We're seeking a way to cross the great mountains to the ocean on the other side.
That is a very perilous undertaking. I wish you would reconsider. But if you shall not, in return for rescuing our home from that flea-bitten cur, I wish to offer you our help, if perchance you may ever need it.
Thank you very much, King Antony. Cedric and I appreciate your kind offer. We look forward to meeting you again.
I love how he calls the dog a flea-bitten cur in such a level and polite tone. It's like, it's just a flea-bitten cur. It doesn't know any better. It's fine. We can rebuild. I mean, this is a pretty cool looking ant colony. Can you imagine if you saw one of those in real life? An ant colony that would have been designed by like this, you'd think something was up. Like the ants are going sentient. Anyway, so yeah, the dog runs off into the desert, since that's what's to the west of us. Let's see here.
Ooh, keep your eye on the gypsies, Graham. I don't trust them.
That's rude.
A large ox, tied to the gypsy's wagon, peacefully munches on grass. Within the gypsy encampment, Graham notices a tall, burly man who keeps a suspicious eye on him and Cedric. A steaming pot of stew bubbles over a small campfire near the gypsy wagon.
All right, we'll come back. But we need to head west. We need to go into the desert.
Ooh, there's nothing but a hot, dry desert for the west. Most people avoid it because there are bandits out there. Ooh, if you insist on going, I'll wait for you here.
Of course you will. You're not one who's much for adventure. I understand. All right, off to the desert we go.
A rocky cliff ending in a string of huge boulders blocks further travel to the north. The scraggly bushes of the dry brushland taper off to a hot, sandy desert as far as the eye can see to the west. To the east, Graham can see the sparse edge of Serenia's woods.
All right, let's go. We got things to do in the desert. Oh, so the desert, interestingly enough, is like a... I believe it was created as a giant land barrier between Serenia and Daventry, I think. And before the King's Quest series even came out, there was this game called Wizard and the Princess, and I think, was it that wizard? I don't know. Some wizard created this whole land barrier. Maybe it was Mananan. I don't remember who it was, but anyway, I can't remember the reason why, but this whole desert was, I think, created by a wizard as a land barrier.
The hot sun and choking sands are taking their toll on Graham. He must drink, and soon.
Yep, we will. I think you can go 8 screens. I can't remember how many it is, but you get that warning a few screens before you end up dying of thirst. Speaking of thirst, I was highly surprised that we were able to fall in the river. I thought that the game would stop us.
Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
Let's see. We need to, I think...
From across the desert sands, Graham can hear the sound of approaching hoofbeats.
Yeah, we need to hide behind these rocks. That was close. Who could these gentlemen be?
Open sesame!
Nice little tribute to Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. And off they go. Alright, well, let's check this place out.
Looming majestically before him, the massive temple door beckons tantalizingly to Graham.
Tantalizingly?
Open sesame!
The temple door won't open. Perhaps there's something missing.
Yeah, maybe a certain staff. Well, at least you were paying attention to what to say. All right, let's take a drink of this nasty-looking drinking hole. Okay, yeah, we don't need to hear that every time we take a drink. Okay, now I do need to look at my notes because I don't remember this. Let's see. We need to go 2 screens west and 3 screens south. All right. And I think that these instructions that I had notated for myself, one, 2 were, I think they were specific, because I think if you, like, if we tried to go, like 3 south and then 2 west, I think we would run into like bandits or something dangerous. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that, these instructions, these directions that I'm following are pretty specific. Or I should say, are the safest route through the desert.
Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods.
Oh, I know. And one thing for sure is that you can lose many hours in the desert trying to figure out where all the oases are and all the places you need to go. Anyway, and then I need to go south 3 and west 1. So 1. Two. On 3, and then go west 1, and we should be at the bandit camp now. Yep, here we go. Oh, hello, sir. Are you alright? Oh, he's down for the count.
The bandits' horses rest in the desert sun, while their unsavory owners revel within the large tent.
Unsavory owners.
There doesn't seem to be any activity within the smaller tent. A lone camel waits near the large tent, while its owner celebrates inside.
Yeah, they're having a party.
Beautiful harem girl belly dances for the merrymaking bandits within the larger tent. With disgust, Graham looks at a drunken bandit lying face down in the desert sand, completely passed out.
Okay, narrator. It's okay.
The campfire, all but forgotten, has been reduced to a pile of glowing embers. A large clay jar full of water stands by the campfire.
Alright, let's, hold on, let's save our game. We need to go in here for a minute.
Snoring loudly upon a beautiful carpet lies a sleeping bandit. Assorted odds and ends clutter the inside of this small tent, while upon a lovely carpet sleeps another of the despicable renegades.
Despicable. Alright, the narrator is having no qualms about showing his opinions about the bandits.
Taking care to be very quiet, Graham reaches out and takes the staff into his possession.
Alright, we gotta be very careful that we stay as far to the edge as we can, because I think that if we... There we go. If we get too close to the bandit, and it's very pixel specific, he wakes up and stabs you or something. Alright, let's take a drink.
Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
Yep, guzzle that water. They won't mind. This guy's probably gonna die of exposure anyway, just laying out there in the sun, drunk, passed out. No one's even seeming to mind that he's just hanging out in the sun, passed out from inebriation. Okay, we need to go east 4 screens. That's 1, 2, 3. Man, such a desolate desert. They don't even put, like, you know, a couple weeds here and there, or a tumbleweed or anything for... Okay, and then north 1, right? They just, it's just desert, like the Sahara or certain areas of Australia. I don't know the name of the big one in Australia. Aha, the Oasis.
Ah.
Yep, I know. Nectar of the Gods. Good stuff. Okay, then I need to go north 2 screens again. Ooh.
Uh-oh. A picked clean and sun-bleached skeleton lies in the sand of the hot, dry desert. What happened? Who can say? But it makes Graham uneasy nevertheless.
We actually know what happened to this skeleton. So, fun fact, the game, there was a game, The Wizard and the Princess. I think I already mentioned it like 3 minutes ago. Just yeah, memory brain. The Wizard and the Princess had this protagonist named the Wanderer, and at the end of that game, you have the option to like marry the princess, or maybe it doesn't actually give you the option, but the protagonist actually chooses not to marry the princess or whatever it is, right? And then decides to stay a wanderer. Well, the wanderer comes out to this very desert and dies in it. That's it. It's like the most, maybe not most awful, but it's kind of like why? But anyway, this skeleton was of the corpse of the wanderer, protagonist from the old game, Wizard and the Princess. So interesting way that they like tied the games together. But I never understood that. Like, why did they have to end the protagonist's life that way? Like, you beat the game, you decide, no, we're not going to marry, we're going to stay a wanderer, we're going to go live in the wilderness or whatever. It was weird. Just a weird way to end the game, a weird way to end uh, like to end the life of the protagonist.
An old shoe lies forgotten near the poor skeleton.
All right, let's get it.
Uneasily, Graham reaches down and removes the old shoe from the desert sand.
Let's see. We need to. I think we need to go east again. Right? Where's my instructions here? Go east 2 and north 1. But anyway, yeah, that's just a little random trivia tidbit that like connects the two universes. But it's weird, right? It doesn't make any sense.
The hot sun and choking sands are taking.
Yep, we're taking a toll. We need water. We got it. Alrighty, we are refreshed. And now, we need to go back to that temple place. I think we just go north, right? Until we hit the cliffs, and then we go back west until we hit it. So there are many dangers in the desert, and many ways to die. And excuse me. And I'm still surprised that we were able to fall in the river. Why? Because I don't know, point and click games, often they were programmed to actually stop your character at something like a river or a cliff, acting as a barrier, right, for your safety. There's another, well, there are many point and click games that are like that. I guess I had just forgotten that King's Quest V does not put limitations on where you can make your character wander. So there's still a lot of then falling deaths and falling related deaths. Possibly the worst though, as far as ways to die, or I should say the many different ways you can fall and die was King's Quest IV, The Perils of Rosella. Oh man. People would call it the Falls of Rosella because you could die so many times from falling. And the height wasn't even that high. You could fall from like 6 feet up off of a ledge and break your neck and die. It was ridiculous. Anyway, let's get in this temple. Get us some treasure.
Sesame! Oh no! The staff broke.
Good going, Graham. Yeah. Alright, we need to hurry.
Bending down, Graham hurriedly picks up the gold coin from the temple floor. Quickly, Graham grabs the old brass bottle.
Alright, let's go.
That was close.
Looming majestically before him, the massive temple door beckons tantalizingly to Graham. The staff lies in several broken pieces on the temple steps.
Alright, and we don't need it, right?
The staff is broken.
Yeah, we're not gonna get it. Okay, we're done. Alright, let's take one last drink from this small little puddle here. And we are off. Or out. We're getting out of here. I don't even remember how big this desert is, but it's pretty dang big. And I can't remember, like, if you go...
The hot sun and choking sands are...
Yep, got it. I can't remember if, like, you keep going west. Like, let's say you keep going west beyond the temple. I don't remember if... What was I saying? I think I was talking about the desert, and I was wondering if it looped. I had to suddenly go AFK for a second, but anyway, I think that's where my train of thought was going, and we're out of the desert now, and I think we're gonna go ahead and call this episode. This is a good breaking point.
I was just starting to get concerned.
Sure you
Don't
were.
worry about me, Cedric. I'm used to this kind of thing.
True enough. All right, yeah, this is a good place to make a break in the episodes. So go ahead and save game. Let's just rename this one to Gypsy Wagon. Alrighty. Okay, so in our next episode, we will actually go in and talk to the fortune teller Gypsy, and we will continue our adventure in Serenia and try and figure out where our family is. So, until the next episode, so long for now.